On lap 203, chase contender Denny Hamlin made contact with Kyle Petty. Sparks flew both on and off the track.
I watched the Busch race and they said he was sick. So I guess whatever medicine he's taking makes him hallucinate because he needs 3 lanes to get around somebody on the racetrack.
Let's look back at my career. I've never wrecked anyone my entire career. Has anybody spun off my front bumper? So it ain't like, you know, I'm a guy that runs into everybody. I mean, it just got to use your brain. You got to calm down. This is not over for us. A lot of guys had trouble today, and we're gonna bounce back from this. This is just one step of this 10-week chase.
Watch on the caution lap, Denny Hamlin in the 20.
Ooh, whoa. You think he was trying to warm his tires up? Didn't see him out there?
Kind of think something crazy. That's crazy right there.
I can't believe Hamlin would have just turned into him. He might have been trying to swerve back and forth like he's doing now. Denny, and didn't see him and just run into him.
83 looking out for his teammate, not going to take it. Going to go up there and let Denny Hamlin know that he didn't appreciate that little tap on his car.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Denny did that on purpose. Like Rusty said, it's almost crazy looking the way he may have been trying to weave.
And Olsen to Stallman. They're mixing it up down in the pits there.
Boy, Keselowski's team is mad at the 20 team for swerving into him. A lot of heat right there.
Tony Uri Sr. down there.
Somebody's going to punch somebody.
NASCAR officials trying to get in between these two teams.
I'm guessing that contact on the racetrack was not accidental.
Tell you what, that's what happens here at Charlotte. This is a home track, and these guys are all here. Here we go.
You don't think it's meaning something now? These guys are very upset about what happened on the racetrack, and NASCAR trying to get in there to.
What's been going on in the 88 tonight?
Well, ain't nothing we did to him until the very end right there. You know, there was several situations, and I think it's just, you know, him racing in the Nationwide Series, not having any cup experience, learning how to let guys, you know, go at times. And there's many times during the race where I had him cleared except for maybe 2 inches. Instead, you know, he hangs on my right rear quarter and then goes in the corner right on my door. And that pisses drivers off. It's especially guys that know, you know, patience a little bit better than that. And you know, we had a position on him late in the race, and he came from the bottom all the way to the top and cut our nose off just to block us. And we just don't roll like that. It's not the thing to do. And you know, you learn one way or another. But then, you know, I was still fine with it. I wasn't gonna do anything. I was just gonna talk to him after the race, and then for some reason, you know, he picked my back tires up in the middle of 1 and 2, pulled up beside me, so I retaliated. So, you know, you throw a rock, I'm gonna throw a concrete block back. So you're gonna have to deal with it. You know, don't impress me by having your whole crew over here. You know, bring the driver over here and let us talk about it.
All right, they certainly will talk at some point. Denny finished his second. Crew chief Dave Rogers has been called to the NASCAR trailer.
In this race, this is what happened as the laps were closing down. The contact, Denny ends up into the wall.
Yeah, Brad thought he had a run and enough room on the inside, but Denny was just driving his car back to as they were trying to go around the lap car. And then after the race,
This was
just comes to pit road.
Just a few moments ago. Whoa!
Here we are, 3 wide.
Keselowski runs it up high, down the backstretch. Here we go, Denny Hamlin, and it's Clint Boyer. Here comes Kyle. Hang on.
Contact.
Whoa! Brad says, excuse me, pardon me, I want to play through.
Yeah, and here comes Kyle Busch.
Oh, he turns Hamlin. Gets into Hamlin.
Go low, come on, go low, go low.
Look out, remember, these guys have history from before, and he keeps it off the wall. All right. Yeah, well, let's keep a camera on this because I want to see what happens when the 20 and the 88 get together, guys.
Yeah, it looks like this 88's in a hurry to get into the pits.
Here comes Hamlin. We're going to keep an eye on all this.
Yeah, I don't think that we're the only ones. Looks like NASCAR officials are around the 88 car.
Denny is coming on down. We might want to get a camera here, fellas. They're coming up side by side on each other. There he is. Is he going to do anything? No. Pulls on by. So we'll find out if he has any words for Brad afterwards.
I'm sure if we give him a camera and a microphone, he'll have a few words here.
You know, I don't know, on the last restart there, from what I could tell, Denny got in the back of me and pushed me up the track, and, you know, I was going to return the favor, and when he did it to me, I saved it, and when I did to him, he didn't save it. So, you know, we just got in a pushing match. I don't know, I don't really hold any grudges. I don't know why he wanted to do that, but whatever, you know, it's just the way racing is, I guess.
with the history between the two of you and what we saw today, how long does something like this continue?
It doesn't to me. I was over it. I'm focused on running the 88 Drew Motorsports car and trying to run up front and chase down Carl and try to finish second in points. I haven't put any thought into it, and apparently he has.
I can sit here and bash him for the next 20 seconds or so and give you all a bunch of sound bites and everything. But I'm just happy I signed up for next week's nationwide race. And, you know, and in turn, you know, there's a lot of guys that owe him. There's a lot of guys that have a lot of chips that they're going to cash in. I'm just going to be the first of the pay window.
You think that NASCAR needs to get involved with Brad now at this point?
No, I'll take care of him. It's no biggie. I got him.
Let's see what happened right here.
Yeah, here he does it right off the corner.
Yeah. Not much doubt in what went on right there, guys.
I guess we need to get a camera on the 11 car, and we see Carl Edwards on pit road.
Hold the brake. Just hold the brake. You got some cars coming. Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll.
Denny Hamlin is going to get black flagged and held 1 lap for aggressive driving. So it is going to cost him a chance at possibly winning this race. His best finish in 6 starts in 09 was 11th last week, and this isn't going to help it at all.
You know, I wanted to finish it out and keep the top 10 streak going, but self-inflicted damage there. I lost it and tore the right rear quarter panel up and just hurt my car and couldn't really recover from that. Nobody on my team's fault. I was just trying too hard. So wanted a stronger finish, but what you gonna do?
One of the storylines we talked about coming into this race was some of the history between yourself and Denny Hamlin, and lap 35, he put the bumper on you. Just give us your reaction to what happened.
Well, I mean, I kind of laughed in the car. I thought it was a little funny, but you know, I don't really hold any grudges, and I'm ready to move on. Hell, I've already moved on. So hopefully he feels the same way. I don't know. I got a feeling when he wakes up in the morning that on and off the racetrack, and I don't think spinning me is going to make him happy. So that's just my take on it, and I moved on. I'm okay. I'm not going to go out and wreck him or anything like that. Just going to go out and do my own thing.
So Brad just said he has a feeling when you wake up in the morning you're not going to feel better about yourself. What do you think?
I feel great right now. It was well worth it. You know, the sun was bad at that point, and you know, I'll use that as my catalyst or excuse. But the fact is, I wasn't going to give him an inch, and you know, I thought after I went down pit road, I'd won the race. I'd never seen so many crews. It just shows you all the cars that feel a little redemption anyway. But you know, we'll never be even in that sense. But you know, I just got to thank CJM for all that they've done, giving me this opportunity to race this weekend and, you know, pay back my debts.
I know in listening to Brad Keselowski, it sounds like it's not getting across. There's no point because he's just kind of brushing it off. Do you think you're sending a message on behalf of the veteran drivers out here?
I mean, you have to listen to the stands. I've never seen so many applause and everything in my entire life. And, you know, I think it's just everyone understands in this sport that it's a self-policing sport. NASCAR did what they had to do. They, you know, they got to penalize me. There's no doubt about it. So, you know, I wasn't mad about that at all. We just, you know, my objective today was try to win the race first and take care of him second. And, you know, yeah, it's going to be other days where we're going to be racing, and he's still going to think about it when I'm in his rearview mirror, because obviously, you know, the scales are tipped a little bit more in my favor, but still tipped a little bit too much.
Watch us here coming through 3 and 4 here, and you know, it's a good thing that Brad Keselowski got a little loose off of 4 right there. May had to lift up a little bit because Denny just squeezed right in front of him. That was really way too close.
Go 3 wide, 2 wide.
All right, we're going back to green flag racing this time. Look out, crash on the front straightaway. Clint gets collected. Oh, the 98 and the 99 of Trevor Bayne.
There's some hard licks right there.
McCumbee in the 09 also involved.
I'm not sure Clint Boyer didn't spin the tires on that restart.
Either that or could he have missed a gear? Let's go back and see if we can see what happens here. There's Hamlin. Here comes Boyer.
Yeah, he's coming out of the pits from where they were working on the car.
Makes a hard right here.
Huh.
Show his displeasure
Well, yeah,
with what happened on that last
He saw
restart.
it as intentional.
I don't know that he saw it as much intentional, but something that could have been avoided. You know, that wasn't something that had to happen.
The 21 who had pulled back out on
I want you to take it to the trailer.
And he has been told to take it to the trailer. So Clint Boyer retaliates against Denny Hamlin.
Now here's Kyle's onboard camera, his roof cam.
Yeah, you can see right there, no contact. This is just agony right here. This is just a little more misery for your evening.
And Casey Kane, another driver like Jeff Gordon, who keeps finding himself at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't going to be happy with his teammate, so that's what created this whole mess.
There's Kyle Busch climbing out.
That's actually the 11 hauler he's walking up into.
In the garage, everyone's known it for months. It's not 2 weeks old. This is something that's been going on for months. They've been warned for a long time, way before Richmond. So this is not something that, oh man, we got, you know, they just told us halfway after Richmond and going in the Loudon that our car's wrong. They knew it was wrong way before that, you know, and I felt like they wanted to get everything they could. You know, what did they have to lose, really? So, you know, you almost can't fault them for that.
Flash forward to Saturday morning's practice. Kevin Harvick, one of the Childress drivers, follows Denny Hamlin out onto the racetrack and basically appears to be trying to send a message.
He is upset.
I don't like what you said, I think was the message. A little contact, a little more contact, a little more contact out on the racetrack. Both drivers called off the track by NASCAR into the garage where discussion ensued.
Boys having a little bit of a heated debate on territory there. And, you know, it's very difficult when you're making the implication that someone else is cheating. It goes to the core. And
And we can't totally. Uh-oh, here we go. Denny Hamlin and the 3 team. That is Danny Stockman there in the glasses. He's the crew chief for Austin Dillon. There's Ty Dillon in the mix as well, Austin's brother.
Well, he's got to give room. That's why he always gets wrecked at Bristol and a couple other racetracks. First of all, he got his ride because of his name. Second of all, you got to take advantage of the opportunity. If he's points racing, you can't crowd a guy that's running. I'm on the bottom. I'm all the way to the apron. So I'm doing everything I can. Then after the checkered flag, he wants to run into me. So I run him into the fence. So Danny says, look, he ain't got to fix it. Well, maybe he needs to take his little ass there and fix his race cars if he wants to keep wrecking. So he needs to learn a lesson.
All right, there's Denny's side of the story. Marty?
And very outspoken.
Going for anything. I didn't have much all day. I honestly, Pit Crew and Darian really carried us today, getting some track position, and gosh, it just so hard to pass. And you're going to hear it a lot this week that got a lot of work to do to get these cars to pass each other and things like that. You know, really, aero-tight is a huge, huge deal, and it's just this tire is so hard and the surface is new. So it'll be interesting once we get to some racetracks that got a little bit more tire wear. But, you know, really you could run a whole race on left side tires, and it's not supposed to be that way. So and it was a good day. I was happy for that run. We definitely we overachieved today, and that's what you got to do when your car's not all that good.
Gordon slipped up in turn 2, and Legano got right alongside him, but could go no further. And coming off 4, Legano jumps up in the groove right in front of Denny Hamlin, and wait for it. Pow.
What did we say when we were watching this? If he doesn't move Jeff Gordon, somebody's going to move him.
And that's exactly what happened with his ex-teammate from Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin, in the 11.
But Larry, you see that little tap and how absolutely on the edge these cars are?
All right, we've had some pit stops under this caution, Krista.
Live in Bristol, Tennessee, moments ago, post-race, that's Joey Legano. Remember, who got bumped by Denny Hamlin going over to Hamlin's car and wanting to talk with Denny about it. You see the crew from the Joe Gibbs team. They were former Joe Gibbs Racing teammates. And Michael Waltrip, you said that Legano wouldn't take the apology over the radio lightly, and the pushing is coming to shoving here.
Yeah, and we can see what happened. Joey Legano pulled up in front of Denny.
A lot of conversation a couple of weeks ago after Phoenix on Twitter between yourself and Joey. Was this a carryover, what took place today?
No, it didn't have anything to do with that. Really, you got to control your car, and he slid up into me, and really he would have been in the garage with no radiator in it had I not checked up twice. So, I just, I meant to run into him, didn't mean to spin him out, but his day was fine. He still had a bad day anyway for whatever reason. So, it's just we finished bad. He finished bad. It's it's even.
What did he say inside the car?
He said he was coming for me. So I usually don't see him, so it's usually not a factor.
All right, thanks, Denny. Chris?
Wow, a shot. Well, in California next Sunday, we'll see if Legano can catch up with Hamlin, who led the most laps.
Kyle Busch is 1 second back. Earnhardt 2.5. Carl Edwards is 2 back.
Hamlin is there, boys. He's there. He's stalking him. I believe Hamlin's a skosh better.
It seems like he has a bit of an advantage down in turn 1 and 2.
Teammates last year, rivals this year. Friends, maybe never. But Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin are going to settle this right now.
Whoa, Hamlin cut him some slack. He had a run on him. Oh, Hamlin. Joey got loose. He got a little sideways off the floor.
There you go.
Hamlin gave him a shot. 1 to go.
Outside, barely. Outside.
Hamlin there. Logano to the bottom, trying to hold his ground.
That's going to be tough, though. But he's been running good on the bottom. If he can just clear Hamlin right there.
No way. He's going to lose his momentum. They're going to touch hard. Are they going to make it?
Neck and neck.
Down the back, side by side.
Kyle Busch closing in.
Watch out for the third place car, Kyle Busch. He's looking.
Hamlin edges ahead. They touch. They touch, and here comes Kyle. Hamlin, Logano on the wall. Hamlin spins down the racetrack, and Kyle Busch wins in California.
I thought they'd be nice to each other. They weren't. Hard impact on the 11 car, head on. I don't like the looks of that.
Hard hit to the inside wall for Hamlin. A bounce off the outside wall for Logano, and it ends in a shower of sparks.
I am not surprised. I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but I'm not surprised.
My frustration is Kyle's never showed his face in the garage in 10 years. He's an analyst, but it's not a very informative one because he doesn't know anything. So my beef with Kyle is he has a lot of opinions about a lot of drivers, but he's never once talked to any of them. So to be an analyst, you got to be in the trenches, finding out the stories. I got here on hard work and winning. I didn't get here like he got here.
I mean, at least we know he watches race day, which is great. Thank you, Denny Hamlin, for watching race day. Now, when you get ready to talk, use some facts. I have been in the garage area in the last 10 years. I know more about this sport than you'll ever know about this sport. So let's be real clear about that, too. The second thing, or the last thing I'm going to say is this. If you want to have a dialogue, if you want to argue, A, don't go public on Twitter. B, come talk to me. C, have a valid point and don't go personal. Because he just went personal. Just like 90% of the other people on Twitter. Yes, I know I have long hair. Yes, I know I rode my dad's coattails. Yes, I know I'm a never was. And yes, I know I suck. I get that all the time.
Let's base this argument in fact. Then the fact of the matter is you don't suck. And we loved watching you on the track. And we love having you here speaking your opinion. Really, this whole thing started. It was something really silly, actually. You thought he was saying he was the face of JGR when really he was just saying, it's really hard to get me out of the 11 FedEx car, although I might be hurt because I'm the face of my team.
And that's a valid argument. And I said it yesterday when talking to Jennifer Fryer and talking to Pockrass. He's exactly right. That is a valid argument. I misunderstood what he said. And the other things I said, as far as him being irrelevant to the chase and irrelevant to the championship at this point in time in the season, is a fact. Sorry, that's just the way it is. but you're right. I was wrong about the other part.
Sure. Whether you look at points or he rips off 4 or 5 wins, it may be too late for Denny Hamlin.
Whoa, contact for the lead. Hamlin into the wall. Oh, and collects another one. That's Junior up in turn 1, I believe.
Not paying attention. He didn't know that I had a cut tire last year, and he just thinks he knows everything and probably thought he knew everything again. And I just wish I had some kind of car left so I could show him the favor back. But I mean, we're not even halfway. We're racing for the lead. I don't know. Just it's a misjudgment. I mean, he's a good driver. He knows better. He just made a mistake.
Laps to go. Watch the 2 and the 11 here for about 3/4 of a lap.
Yeah, they're up here battling for a top 5 spot. See, the 11 gets a little bit loose there. A little contact, not much. A little bump.
And it goes 4 wide for a minute.
Now on the cool down lap.
Yeah, I can understand them a little bit. They were having some contact at the end of the race. But not sure about some of this other stuff.
I didn't see a whole lot that Denny Hamlin did wrong in that, in trying to race in that scenario there.
Yeah, we were on that green-white checker. We had Brad behind us. We knew he was going to be aggressive because it's his only shot, but it's, you know, he just ran right into us and knocked us up the racetrack. And I showed him his displeasure on the cool-down lap, and I brake checked him down the back stretch to give everyone the whole story. And then he tried to spin us out. Then we got to pit lane, and he just plowed into the 14 and the 20. 20, his belts were off. And he ran into him, and then ran into us again coming on pit road. Then he went through the garage and did burnouts, and he knocked somebody's transmission clear through somebody else's pit stall. So he was just out of control. And we're just, you know, we got to think about us here going forward. That's an important thing. But you know, NASCAR said no tolerance for stuff like that, and you got to just be a little bit more mature. But I'm proud of my FedEx Ground team. We didn't have the greatest car today, but we battled back, and we had a top 5 car there at the end, and just, you know, got knocked around on that restart. So that's unfortunate, but still an overall decent day for us.
So with what NASCAR is telling you, this can't carry over, this has to stop here?
NASCAR hasn't told me anything. They told me, don't go after him. You got too much to lose. If I would have wrecked, he would have been in big trouble. I'd been waiting for him, but he cost us 6 spots, but what goes around comes around.
Well, I think first off, Detroit General Parts Ford was good today. We're probably going to have a 4th or 5th place run, and just didn't catch a break in so many different ways, but I'm really proud of everyone on Team Penske. And then, you know, through just this whole sequence of events, you know, I think the 20 car gotten back at me on one of the restarts, just a racing deal. I wasn't mad at him, but when the last yell came out, he got the waiver on when he came by and swung at my car and tore the whole right front off of it. And when we were restarting 5th with no right front on it, we fell all the way back to 16th and ruined our day and gave us a big chase hurt, which is unfortunate. And then for some reason after the race, the 11 stopped in front of me and tried to pick a fight, and I don't know what that was all about. and he swung and hit at my car, so I figured if we're going to play car wars under yelling after the race, I'll join too. So, you know, those guys can dish it out, but they can't take it, and I gave it back to them, and now they want to fight. So I don't know what's up with that.
All right, Patrick's on the outside, third car in line.
Yeah, right over here is where Danica is. And she starts to come. Yeah, she turns.
She comes down on Denny Hamlin.
Left, and there's Denny Hamlin. That sits her into the outside wall.
And Carl's right in the middle of it. Look at Edwards lock up the brakes in that yellow car. All but squeak through, and he does.
Yeah, actually, that's Kenseth in a 20 car to squeeze
Kenseth,
through there.
me.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, that was almost disastrous for a bunch of good race cars. Yeah, it looked like Danica started left. I'm not sure. We'll watch right here again. See her back there, and here comes Denny. I think Denny dove out from behind her. She didn't realize he had moved out from behind her. She started to go left, and he was there.
Annette tries to go high, and I believe he had a push from behind. Got tangled up in it. Yeah, it was Kenseth.
Oh my gosh! I don't know how he missed that.
And Kyle Larson in 42, just as well. You know, the thing about Danica Patrick, Michael Annett, and Jeb Burton, as far as headed into the duels tomorrow, by no means are those three drivers safe on speed or owner points.
Mike Wallace on the bottom, Denny Hamlin behind Danica. Give her a little shot there, getting in the corner, but It sort of, it's just in that spot. It's what Kevin Harvick was so upset with Joey Legano about. You can bump me some places, but there are some places you can't do that.
It worked as long as they were going in a straight line.
As long as you're going straight, yeah, but I'm just...
All right, watch the 11, Hamlin.
Yeah.
Right on the back of Patrick.
Yeah.
And
just a little bump in the wrong place. Bobby Labonte, absolutely, just nowhere to go.
Boy, Ryan Newman in the 31 just barely gets through there.
But Darrell, if Hamlin slams on the brakes, Reed Sorensen in the 44 is going to run right over top.
What are you doing? Danica, seriously, you did the same thing in practice. You did the same thing.
I did not.
You get on my left rear and it spins me out. You did the same thing. Tighten what up? Nobody else left me with a problem.
Nobody has your back like I have. Stop.
I
Listen to me.
So.
Listen to me. But I can't give you an extra 2 feet because
dude,
it's
you give me nothing. You give me nothing. It spun my back end around.
I understand. It's because you're loose. It's not my problem if you're loose, Danica.
No,
absolutely. You were loose entering the corner, so you went up the racetrack.
Because you were. Danica. It happened twice. The same person, the same way.
But guess what? I didn't hit you either time. I didn't hit you either time.
Well, then apparently you don't have to actually hit me.
He's going to make a move. Going to turn underneath Austin. Right in the middle corner. Austin gets up the racetrack just a little bit. Gets tight right there. Looks like it's loose, actually. The 20 of Denny Hamlin drives underneath him. We've seen this picture before. Now he's in a tough spot. This is the only spot he can take.
One good race. I hadn't raced him all day. He was nervous or something. Got to get back around me, just moved me up the track. He never wanted to race side by side for a lap with anybody. He wrecked his teammate at the beginning of the race. It's all good. We got plenty of races left. It'll happen again to him.
And you talked about tomorrow. What would you like to see in the form of repayment?
I don't know. I'm not going to talk about it. He won't be ready.
He jumped the restart for one. You know, you got to. I'm the control car, but that's fine. And eventually, I was going to get back around him anyway. But same thing. I was a fender ahead, and he drove in there knowing that he was going to have to hold me low to hold the position, and I just washed up into him. But that's two guys on a short track race for a win.
He spoke after the race. It sounded like he did not agree with it, didn't think it was clean racing, and stopped short of vowing payback, but it sounded like there may be that coming.